Abundant rising. Yoga for healing. Grand day, grand day. Let's see what is the energy that we are needing to be aware of. What is the message, Holy Spirit, divine, ancestors, spirit guides, and master teachers, archangels, totem animals, all those above, in the middle, and below, the highest light, helping, assisting us. Ashe, what is it that we need to know? What is the storyline? What are some points that we need to pay attention to? It's never over. In reverse, it's over. Triggers. Why is that looking like a tooth to me? And I'm reading the word triggers and I'm thinking of like tooth pain. And everybody knows that has teeth. Toothaches are no joke. There's something triggering, something that's causing a throbbing ache, pain to some individuals. I don't know. Someone has a unmet need. Someone is unhappy. Oh, shit. We can clearly see what this is because the first card out is it's never over in reverse. And then the next three cards that follow, triggers. Someone has unmet needs. And someone is unhappy. Allow for time and space. Definitely feeling like relationship, friendship. It's all about something that you have released. It's over. It's done. And the other part of what you have released and said it is done is not happy. They're very triggered. They didn't get all they needed from you. Someone is unhappy. They need to allow some space, some time, some energy poured into them. Shadow work. Because they have triggers. Wow. Someone or something that you have left and it's never over is now over. Something that someone thought that was not going to ever end is. And it has put them in a 10 of swords. They are hurting from the crown chakra to the root chakra. Afflicted by their own betrayal to self, making themselves a victim. Something is over and it has put a ruin, 10 of swords, to someone. King of Swords. King of Swords is usually someone disciplined, focused, of authority, that has high standards. But what is it with this King of Swords? It may be someone that had to walk away. Let's see. What is it that we need to know about this King of Swords energy? That is not happy that something has come to an end. It's over for this King of Swords. That wants to come in as a Knight of Wands. Courageous, energetic, and charming. Always with his wand in his hand. Or sword, I guess. That's out in the cold. Facing difficulties and despair. And is really triggered right now. Because their needs are not being met. King of Swords, Knight of Wands. Give me a card on this King of Swords, Knight of Wands. I'm not sure if it's the same energy or if it's something different. If it's two people or one person in this energy. Hangman position. If it's two or one, wherever they are, whoever they are being sat down in the hangman position. It being sideways lets me know that this is from the spiritual realm. Nothing to do with you or your hands doing anything to them. But them being sat down, having to surrender and release, forced to reflect. They have a lack of direction. These may be two that were following some leader, someone that was guiding them, that they were following, that led them to heartbreak, pain. A lot of pain is being picked up in this reading. They're triggered. Because of this transition. You made a transition. There's a small child involved. They're triggered because you moved away for your gain. And they're left in the past. Give me another card on this. Oh, wow. I wanted to know about this King of Swords and this Knight of Wands. And we get a Knight of Swords. Someone that's been sat down. But they're wanting to come in and take action. They're determined. Strong Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, also Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Neptune is of importance. Neptune is of importance. So these people have been left triggered. These energies. Because they don't want to let something go. King of Swords, Knight of Wands, and a Knight of Swords energies. What's with this Knight of Swords that wants to rush in? Wow. Manipulation, cunning, trickery, wasted talent, illusions, and deception. is what this energy is about. This King of Swords that behaves as a Knight of Wands or Knight of Swords energy that's rushing in. They're only about using manipulation and illusions, being deceptive. And they're in need of you to give to them okay, so I'm taking it as this group has been sat down, you moved away, and they are very triggered. Give me one on this Knight of Swords. King of Cups comes out. This is the shapeshifter. And then we have the King of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. So you moved away from quite a few people, energies, or is this a major shapeshifter? It's never over in reverse. For King of Swords that's been sat down in the Hangman position, forced to reflect. And then we have this Knight of Wands that wants to come in passionate, the manipulation, cunning trickery of a group that portrayed themselves to be caring and giving. Balance. You moved away and brought balance to yourself. You're not accepting any of these offers. Rather, if it's a King of Swords posing as a King or a Knight of Wands, or if it's a Knight of Wands posing as a Knight of Swords, or if any of them are pretending to be a King of Cups energy. You have moved away from all of it, and you have your balance. You are not accepting any offers of manipulation, someone trying to control you with deception and trickery that's cunning and a waste of energy and talent. They have not been using their energy wisely, so you moved away, and this has triggered them. Unmet needs. What is this unmet needs? Balancing. Trying to multitask. What were they trying to multitask? Wow. Trying to multitask difficulties of being out in the cold and the High Priestess trying to balance. Because they have unmet needs. This balancing act that has them out in the cold from a high priestess because they're stuck in the past. This is a trigger for them. They wanted to be a lover. They wanted to be in union only to trap you in an Eight of Swords. And they were left out in the cold. Now they're trying to balance everything out. But you are a Queen of Swords to this energy. And this has them unhappy. Because you're not allowing for them to take up your time and space, your energy. They are not able to balance being out in the cold from this high priestess that they wanted to have a union with to bind. And what about this union to bind, trap, put her in a self-imposed prison? She put the work in. Dedication. And what came about of this dedication? Oh, them wanting to give those offers. You're too busy working to accept these cups. You're headed toward your victory. You're a leader, confident, headed towards more financial success. And this is leaving a lot of someone's unhappy because they had bad planning. They worked as a group, a team effort in their plans that are not going anywhere. You're not going to take risk on these energies for union, partnership. You're putting in the work by yourself. You refuse to take these offers that would stagnate you. You chose to go within, to isolate, in solitude, and research. While you're saving and budgeting your own energy, your own time, your own finances in search of self. What? Oh, card on the floor. Card on the floor. Wow. Independent, freedom, discovery, release, reclaim power, and reclaim control of your own life, your destiny. Bringing you to a Nine of Cups of wish fulfillment. Reaching achievements, putting in the work, and not accepting these options that would have you stuck. What about this Devil in reverse? You took a leap. You took the risk and moved forward, leaving what does not serve you behind. These offers of union, partnership, because they're out in the cold, trying to balance, coming into you, only wanting to manipulate you and entrap you from doing your work. Making strides. The Emperor, the bottom of the deck. If you're masculine or feminine, you are in your Emperor or Empress energy, and you're calling down justice. There's a tower, upheaval, lots of changes, because you would not allow for time and space of these energies in your energy. That left them unhappy. They don't like the time and space that they've wasted now that they look back on how this justice is playing out. They thought they were being a devil to you, but they weren't stopping your plans. They're the ones that need balancing and having unmet needs that are occurring. Being out in the cold, needing assistance from this high priestess. These lovers, wow. These lovers. All of these King of Swords, Knight of Swords, pages, these manipulators that are not using their skills wisely, that were about this risky business. Wow. It triggered them when you moved away because their tactics didn't work, and you poured into your own cup. That triggered them even more. They felt like they had unfinished business with you. These are people that all partnered up. Lovers, friends, family, whatever this group is. All male, not one female over here. All masculine energy, but gender neutral. Take it how it resonates. I'm just noting how the energies did fall in masculine energies. All on one person. A high priestess that they wanted to trap. They wanted to stop her work. They wanted her to accept these poor offers. These energies, different faces, but all the same devilish energy of manipulation, illusion, wanting to gain control over this high priestess that brought justice in. To me, it looks like y'all all fell for the trap that you laid for someone else and didn't realize it was for you. And now you don't want to hear it. Give me a card on this King of Swords energy. They need to check themselves. And maybe use protection sexually and spiritually and emotionally. And this Knight of Wands needs to take caution. Knight of Swords energy. Anger management is needed because the record is being set straight. And this King of Cups energy, a bugaboo. I think this would have been, I can't remember if that was in reverse. But anyway, they thought they were fighting for what they love, claiming what was theirs, making life a battlefield, calling it love when it was only lust, for control and manipulation. They're unhappy being independent, that you reclaimed your power and you're not in this devil energy and you took a leap of faith and you're getting justice. And you know that they've just been putting on a show. They should have checked themselves, taken caution, maybe did some breath work for their anger management, these bugaboo that think they're fighting for what they love, claiming what you have is theirs. So you quietly moved away, poured into your own cup, and this triggered them. Because they couldn't have this private relationship with you. Because you don't deal with toxic. They're caught. They wanted to keep you a secret and what they've been doing to you in a group of male warlock and witches whose tactics did not work on you. They thought because they had so many that they were striking fear in you or anger. But they're now trying to find balance. They have unmet needs. And now they're looking at you because they're in a bank failure, trying to balance that shit out. And they don't want you to run away. They don't want you to escape their claws. They wanted to, or maybe attempting to, depending on where you are in the storyline. Pregnancy scare. This is how they're thinking to bind you, to get you caught up and stuck with them in this trap, calling it love, a union. They wanted to bind you to them. All of them. They all wanted to feed off of you. One person. Because you're so powerful. You have so much light and healing energy, and they knew it because of the things that they have been doing to you. Now they want to burn the evidence. They know that you're tired of the drama and you're not dealing with it. They thought that you were getting played, being manipulated by lies and control, while you were doing work in isolation, being to yourself and not accepting any of these offers. They thought that they were winning because you were all by yourself. They don't know. They don't know. They thought that they could have tantric sex with you, that you would be insecure, but you blocked that red lipstick stained energy from this hater. And their fantasies will not be fulfilled. Not off your bill, not off of your energy, not off of your light. You have too much emotional intelligence, and too much ain't too much. What about this planning that is in reverse? This Two of Wands. This situation is about to explode. Someone is unhappy and they are about to explode because they can't move forward, making any future plans because they don't have you trapped. You're independent. You've taken your power and control back. You took that leap of courage, being guided by your ancestors and your guides, and now justice reigns for this promiscuous group. What about their plans that they cannot plan? This, because you're so independent and in control of your own life, they're unable to put on a show, and they know you are not playing around. What you say, and you said it, and you mean it. Again, they may be trying to come back around to see how they can get you bound. But you're taking this leap. You're not open to this devil energy. They hate nothing about you. You've tossed them out. They may have tossed you out. Either way, justice is here. Things are being investigated. And not just in the spiritual realm. There's too many of us that are being stalked and harassed by these warlocks and these red witch bitch hoes that wish they were us. They can't create anything. They can only regenerate or regurgitate what's already out there. What do we need to know about this justice? Wow. There's some documented, recorded proof. Oh yeah, baby. I am so happy to see this card because I've told a few of them. And I've told the ones I wanted to open their eyes. Pay attention. Listen to these heifers. Ain't it funny how some of them have magically switched their storyline around all of a sudden? Go back and check them. See what they were saying before it got too much heat. And why is your fucking camera so dark, ho? Them drugs you doing and you don't want to hear it? I see you. And so do others. Kick to the curb is what is needed and what was done to cause this upheaval. It's done for the haters. They will not be able to fulfill their fantasies. They don't want to hear what's going on right now. These bugaboo. Because you have nothing to do with this toxic energy. And you will not be a part of some secret, private relationship with a handler. You are here to warn others and let them know, and this is making them angry. But they need to check themselves and take caution. These bugaboo that think they're fighting for what they love, because we love harder than they do. These haters. They think that tantric sex, red lipstick stains that they use for their insecurities is going to do something for them, but no, they're not able to fulfill that fantasy. And we're going to leave this one right here. Peace.